We're at the 15th Street S-curve. It's between Belmont and Chapin on the cycle track. This is the spot on the escarpment of Washington, D.C., where Meridian Hill sort of has a great overlook of the rest of the city. But the road, 15th Street, actually sweeps around that, and it goes down a pretty steep hill, and it goes around a pretty big curve. And so we've had this as a big buffered space for the cycle track before, but over time, the flex posts have been knocked down, and we've had a problem with cars parking in this area and also sometimes onto the cycle track itself, which is dangerous. So right now we're putting in concrete wheel stops as a barrier to make sure that nobody is able to move a car into the cycle track. This is one of the spots where it's really quite unsafe for that to happen. So we're adding this extra layer of protection to make sure all the riders on scooters and bikes and other micromobility vehicles are safe as they go down this particular spot. So we're using a concrete wheel stop. In the past, we've done a lot of our pilot projects with rubber wheel stops. These, I believe, are more efficient in two ways. One, they're heavier, so they weigh about 160 pounds on their own versus a 40-pound rubber wheel stop. So they're hard to move out of the spot that they're anchored to, and they have 2 anchor points with about a foot of rebar going into the street surface itself, compared to the rubber wheel stops have 4 anchor points, and we use a 7-inch bolt. But that 7-inch bolt only goes about 4 inches deep into the actual asphalt, so they can get dislodged more easily and tear out if they get run over by trucks or cars too many times. So we're trying these concrete wheel stops. We think there'll be less maintenance overall, and so we won't have to touch them as many times or re-secure them. And so far, so good. They're a little less expensive than the rubber ones. In fact, concrete's a pretty affordable material, and we're trying to use that in as many places as we can as an enhanced bicycle way barrier.